Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, girl.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, grrr.
Well, hello and thanks for coming, America. My name is Seth. What's yours?
Hello, Jamal's here.
Hi, it's Stony.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Thanks for Coming. We're the most magically gay podcast there ever was and ever will be. So welcome, and we're here to slay.
Yes, slay the day, feeling extra sparkly. I hope you feel the same, listeners.
Yes, girl, it is top 5, and I'm so ready.
So dazzled. I've got my good wig on. We're close to the finale.
Yes, it's all coming towards an end, you guys. And we know the top 4/3.
We know the top something.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, obviously we're here in the honesty segment to talk to you about episode 12, I think.
12.
But before we get into that, I just wanted to check in to see if there's anything that you guys wanted to update us on this week.
Ooh, any updates? We're still being safe and we're both still healthy. Knock on wood, it stays that way in Indianapolis. We've noticed some businesses starting to open up, but of course, still trying to be responsible as we can. And we started painting what I am now calling our parlor room, because that's what it's going to be. Technically, it's a living room, but we're trying to make things a little fancy and, you know, just the way we want it in this new house.
Well,
so
what you want it to be is not what it's gonna
be.
Listen, bitch.
Oh, no.
Yes, it will. I'm finding all the good artwork, all the good paints. If I could have someone paint for me, that would be great. I'm always so excited about starting the process. And then by the time touch-ups arrive, I'm like, okay, can this just be fucking over? Like, this is why people pay to get this done.
I mean, this time, though, it was weird because we've literally put 3 coats on these fucking walls, and it's not, like, finally the 3rd coat, it was done, but we did primer, then an initial coat, and then it was, like, not good, and then we did another coat, so now it looks okay, but we still have touch-ups, so it's just super annoying.
So the previous owners, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, listeners, because we all know we're here for the queens. The previous owners of this house were just shit shows. I doubt they're listening to this show. If they are, hi, you wrecked this place. Like,
if they're listening, hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen. Nothing over the top, but like blue paint can be a little difficult to cover. So we learned that in the bedroom, and we just started painting the bedroom with our desired color. And I spent way too much time going over edges, like that paint should have been covered up. So we used the primer this time, had some weirdness there, and was like, what the hell? We just painted every wall and it still looks like it's snowing. So what I mean by snowing is the little white parts of the primer breaking through the desired paint color, like off of the roller. So we fixed all of that today. So hopefully we can remove the paint, clean up the room again, and I can start decorating.
I just keep thinking about, like, because you said you want it to be the parlor. And so I just keep thinking of, like, Jamal sitting in there, like, in a suit and, like, with a glass of, like, whiskey or something. And there's, like, classical music in the background. Just, like, very smoky and dark.
What
you
I
just
want,
wait for it.
like, seriously, though, one thing that I've always desired to have is, like, a Mad Men style, like, whiskey bar where you just have,
A drink cart.
Like a drink cart with like a giant bottle,
A glass bottle.
a glass
or
like
crystal
thing full of whiskey, and you just pour out your whiskey.
No.
I don't know.
Yes. And you have a houseboy to keep it stocked.
Yes, it is our 6th. It is our 6th-year anniversary, so maybe next year we can hire a whiskey boy to pour us neat whiskey and aprons only in our parlor room.
Girl, I'm not paying anyone to do that.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
But it'll be cool to have like a space in the house where people can just kind of sit and hang out. The TV is not the focal point. We fucking hate that. We're making our attic kind of like the living room media space. So we just want like a nice room where we can hang out with our friends, play games, and we'll have all of our books and records on display, and it'll be really cute. I can't wait to show you.
I think we've just watched like too much HGTV because we love those, like all of those like stupid house shows, but it's like we do kind of want like a space where if like you have people visiting, you can like sit down and you're not like staring at the TV. Like you can actually sit down and have a conversation instead of like, oh, let's put something on the TV. Like you can actually like sit down and talk.
So we both have dads with bad knees. So we'll have a smaller TV in the space, but it's going to be set up in a way that you don't know the TV is there. So get ready, girls.
Yes. What if you called it like your foyer?
Thank you for saying it correctly, and I would love that.
Yeah.
Stoney, like, I think he makes fun of me inside. Whenever someone says fucking foyer on HGTV, it drives me crazy.
I don't know what a foyer is.
I have no idea what a foyer is. Is that a tool like that you use on one like the farm growing up, Stoney? Like what the fuck's a foyer?
I didn't even know what, like I knew what a mud room was, but not a foyer.
What's a mud room?
That's where like you put all your dirty shoes and like when you come out from like working outside, you throw all your like nasty clothes like in that room.
A rainy day, that's where you leave your soaking sloppy galoshes.
You should just leave those outside. Don't be a dirty person. What the hell?
Well, no, because it's like raining and it's like muddy outside. So you like, this is the room you take off all of like the nasty like shoes, the nasty jacket, that thing. And
I don't know. I don't go outside when it's raining and muddy, so I really can't relate.
Same. How about you, Seth? How's it going in the PDX?
Everything here is going pretty good. I'll keep it short. So everything's going good. I'm starting my fitness journey, so updates to come.
Whoop, whoop.
And I don't know. Life's good. Just kind of the same old, same old.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Let's just get into the show. I'm really excited to talk about our top 5/4.
That's right.
Let's get into it.
Honesty.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our Honest Tea Spill of the Week. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're here to talk about the top 5.
Yes, our top 4 fits. So pumped about it.
Yes, top 4. I wonder who it's going to be. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start at the top of the show. Unfortunately, we had to say bye to Miss Heidi in Closet last week, and we're all still missing her so much.
Pretty sour about losing Miss Heidi. What a presence on the TV screen. Like, Heidi's going to explode after this season.
I know. I feel so bad that like her season aired during the coronavirus because I want to see like her so bad. There's a lot of these queens I feel bad for.
I did see Heidi has a European tour planned.
Yeah, the girls are getting the numbers in line. You know, we're all hoping for the best with the coronavirus. And my gosh, it would be so fun to see any of the season 12 girls here in Indianapolis.
Yes, I'm still waiting for all the freaking UK girls to come here.
I know it's kind of sucks because like, I don't know, like I'm not the most like social person, but even me now, I'm like, I'm ready to like go to a drag show.
I'm really am too. Like I haven't gotten to explore the Portland drag scene yet, and it's just really upsetting me.
Oh, that's right. You just got there and you can't even take a local sample quite yet.
I miss my Seattle girls too.
We're all hoping for the best. Stay safe and support your local queens online.
Yes. I know every Wednesday, I'll just make the plug, but it's my favorite online Seattle drag show. Wednesdays it's either at 8 or 9, I forget, but if you follow the host, it's on Instagram Live at The Queen Rowan, ROWAN. She is the host, and it's every Wednesday, and there's lots of great queens. Last week, there's this queen called Jane Don't, and she did this really, this really fun performance with like a whole case of LaCroix, and she was just like every time she wasn't singing, she was like chugging LaCroix, and it was like a sped up version of, I don't know, it was really great. And so
Wow.
like she's just chugging LaCroix out on the front porch, and like she goes out on the streets and stuff like to do her performances. It's great.
Think about all of the like quarantine lip syncs. Like, has anybody given us like a fierce Valentina moment and they're like, I'd like to keep it on, please, with their Corona mask in the streets?
Yes. So I don't know. I've mentioned a couple times on Twitter, so I thought I'd make the formal plug. So Wednesdays, that'll be your fun online drag show to support local queens for me.
That sounds fun. I would tip a queen chugging LaCroix.
Me too. All right, let's really get into the tea. All right, so Heidi's gone, and the girls, they return to the workroom, and the power goes out.
Dun, dun, dun. This is like some shit that would happen to us right before we press record.
For real.
Technical difficulties now.
I just wanted to hear like some Melissa Edwards voiceover, like, "Hey, queens," like being creepy.
At
Yeah.
first, I thought it was like a twist, like some like RuPaul twist, but then I was like, oh, this is for real.
Oh, the power actually did go out.
Yeah, I was like, is this like an impromptu challenge? Like de-drag in the dark and re-drag for a secret challenge?
Oh my God. You just hear like a struggle, and then like Sherry Pie's not in the workroom anymore.
The power goes out, and they're like, Allison Mossy here.
Oh no.
Category
Take her
is,
away.
are you afraid of the dark?
I thought the other thing about Heidi's away message that I liked is that she signed her name as Heidi something, and I think that's a cute drag name.
It is because, you know, think about it. She's been through such a journey. I still don't understand why Rue and the panel hate her name, Heidi in Closet. I think it's fine. But yeah, Heidi something's just as cute because it's been like a whole storyline of its own on the show.
Can't you just change it to just Heidi?
Just
like,
Heidi.
Like, it
Just Heidi and just Jan.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's just like, why do we need to keep changing her goddamn name? It's just Heidi, damn it.
Yeah, the Heidi.
The Heidi.
The Heidi.
I don't know, girl. So after that, they get to go chat in the Untucked Lounge since the power's out.
Yeah, the power's out everywhere else except the Untucked Lounge. What's going on, Rue? Pay those bills.
Because I think the Untucked Lounge is in a different soundstage.
So
So that's why they were able to go into the Untucked Lounge.
fair. I'll shut up now.
So the next day in the workroom, Gigi is telling us that she is going to slay the competition again, but we've yet to see that come to fruition for a little while. So is Gigi all talk this episode?
I kind of had, like, the edit to me was, like, speaking to me.
Oh, was it now?
So I was, like, going into it, I was like, I think Gigi might do really well on this one.
I didn't think that she would because every week she's telling us how she's going to shake it off and do really well, and then she doesn't.
Yeah, and, you know, the confident part of me inside, deep down inside, I resonate with Gigi. She's like, you know, this is it. We're going to do it. And this is just what it's going to be. I'm here to like snatch edges and take names. But yeah, I would be remiss in disagreeing with you all because we've been hearing this from Gigi week to week and she's been kind of lukewarm. So it's like, are we turning up the heat or are we just saying it again? But we know she's fully capable. So all we can do is just sit back and watch.
And, you know, this just came into my head. So maybe this whole speech that Gigi does is like when Crystal goes, I'm a great dancer, I'm talented, to herself.
I'm stealing that tactic. I'm just going to be at work working on Excel, just saying out loud, I'm a great dancer.
I know. I wish I had as
Great before work.
good of a positive attitude as Crystal because, damn, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just need to do more of that in my life.
I aspire.
I loved that little comment. I thought it was like, what a great, like, positive way to, like, keep yourself on track. Like, I need to start doing that.
Yes, more Crystal isms for everyone.
You're skinny, food is gross.
I wish I believed food was gross. Gosh.
Oh my gosh. So then we get into the mini challenge, and this week we are celebrating Viva Drag Vegas, and the girls have to create a headdress and get into quick showgirl drag.
That's right. We're paying homage to the Drag Race live show that was taking place in Las Vegas at the Flamingo.
Viva Drag Vegas.
Which I'm very like sad about because I do want, like, I would love to do like a 3-day weekend in Vegas to go see
Yes.
this show, especially because all the tickets are in Groupon, so it's like super cheap.
My fave is there, Naomi Smalls.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. What if we got to go and we got the Groupon for that, and then we went and saw Gaga again?
I'd be broke. Okay,
And it's like the flamingo, so the flamingo is like super cheap,
It's
and you
pretty
can just
cheap.
like go to this like cheap ass show and then like get free drinks at the flamingo.
free drinks,
Yeah.
be running between the stage and like the casino, like working the system. Of course, we got to get our free drinks, but we can't miss the chance to tip Naomi Smalls with
Get
a
our
few
like,
20s.
get our $50 flight to Vegas. Like it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit Air.
Fuck Spirit, never again.
Never again. No more wire hangers. So the mini challenge was really fun. I think that my favorite was Jackie. I liked hers a lot. She was really funny, but also looked like the most like professional.
I agree. Jackie, she has her Jackie isms, right? Everyone's got their isms, but that weird sound she was making, it drew me in. Yeah. It's like a mix of us and a pinch of Alaska Thunderfuck 5000, but in a Jackie box.
Because I mean, you guys never get to hear this, but a lot of times for the show, like me and Jamal would just be like, "Woo," just to get ready for the podcast, you know. So I really related to her little noises.
Yeah, it drew me in. I don't know. Jackie is kind of hypnotic that way. I was pulled in and I enjoyed it.
I thought Jada was really good too. Actually, I like Jada, and then Crystal's little flamingo look was cute.
Jada's been not knocking it out of the park, but she's been showing fully that she is not just some look pageant queen. Like Jada's funny.
I love Jada. She's like one of my fave queens for sure.
Yeah, I'm pulling for Jada, but also like, well, we'll get into this later. We'll talk about who we want to win later.
Yes.
I just felt a tangent coming.
I'm so torn.
I mean, Gigi did also do a great job, and she won the mini challenge. She gets to go all expenses paid on a trip to Las Vegas to see a now closed Viva Drag Vegas show with her mom.
I know. Hopefully, well, I'm sure the show will keep the tickets and whatnot in place, but as far as like the actual stage show goes, who knows what's going on with that?
Well, I just thought it was funny that everyone would be like, most people would be like, oh my God, I'm going to take my girl Jamal and we're going to go to Vegas. But Gigi's like, I'm going to go with my mom.
We're gonna tear it up. No,
Like it is kind of like funny. I don't want to make fun of her because of that, but it is kind of funny to talk about. It's just it seems like her and her mom are just like this drag race duo or something. Like
well, think about it. Like Gigi's mom has contributed as much time, if not more, on her looks than Gigi herself. And I don't have anything against moms. I feel like I could take my mom to Vegas and we could at least tear up 3 bars before we need a nap.
I mean, it is kind of cool though because a lot of these queens have like just their regular like okay, like I've been working with the designer and Gigi's just like I've been working with my mom.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
It's very like sweet and endearing.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I just started thinking, I was like, is Gigi just like one of those like awkward people that like doesn't like flirt with people or like go on dates and just like sits in her room and watches her Disney movies, her Disney Plus?
Now, see, that's your ratchet side coming out because I thought about all of that. I'm like, if I'm in Vegas, who am I trying to dance on? And who am I trying to take shots with? Or when is the next trip to the dispensary? But, you know, Gigi, I think, is just trying to show appreciation for the work that her mom put into the show as much as she has.
Definitely. I was just like, oh, Gigi, like, oh, you go, girl.
That's all you can say.
Yeah, I was like, that's it.
Mixed with a little shade.
Oh, but then there's the shade rattle afterwards. Wait,
Yeah.
let's try it. Oh,
The shade's coming from Gigi, by the way, if you weren't clear.
yeah. So then they get into the Maxi Challenge. The girls will be performing songs from the aforementioned Las Vegas show, Viva Drag Vegas, and they also will have to write a verse to sing and a quick little rap.
These challenges always prove to be a challenge to some, but I feel like we've gotten a couple recording opportunities on this season, so the queen should be pretty warmed up for this.
Yeah, I guess is this the first time they actually had to like produce their own lyrics or whatever? I don't think.
Well, in the first challenge, they had to write the Nicki Minaj rap,
That's what it
I
was,
guess
the
that's
very
true.
first challenge.
and then the other one was the Chicago sort of cabaret one.
Yeah, so this cast has been put on notice quite a bit with the performance aspects of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, based on Sherry and Jackie reading everyone for not being prepared for the Snatch game, you guys had all this time. You've had practice on your lyrics.
Listen. Shout out to the 5-0.
What was that?
There was a fire, girl.
Oh.
The roof.
It
The
sounded
roof.
like a
the
child,
roof is on
like
fire.
screaming. I don't
Like,
know.
was that an ambulance? Was
Oh,
it?
that was just a woo girl.
It is Saturday.
Woo. So they're doing this with Leland and his little sidekick that no one cares about. And Leland's actually a really talented producer. He works with Troye Sivan and
Love
some other
Troy.
musicians.
Yeah, I definitely recognize him and his work. So nice job, Drag Race.
Yes. So we go into the recording session, and it seems like a lot of the girls are really struggling.
This is the part of the competition, I think, where the queens definitely aren't thinking like, okay, I've already done this before. It's just all they have on their hearts and minds is this is a top 5. Who's going on to the finale, and whatever is thrown at me, I have to make work this week.
Yeah, I definitely think this group of girls, I love this group of girls, but they're definitely not the most talented singers either.
Girl, how the house down, okay?
Or in some cases, dancers.
Yeah,
At all.
there's not a lot of great dancers either.
We need practice, honey. Off camera.
Can we bring Widow back? Or
Listen, Widow can hit the 8 counts.
I mean, Heidi was a good dancer too, so I don't know.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
my favorite moments in this were Gigi trying to master the kiss noise. That made me laugh so much. And then when Jada went up and they were like, actually, they would not let me record.
I died because it's nice when you're able to make fun of yourself. It took me a very long time, specifically junior high through high school, maybe the first year of college, to learn to laugh at myself. And it's just such an endearing trait. And it also keeps you in such a great headspace as an individual, because if you can laugh at yourself, no one can bring you down. You're just like, I'm doing my best. They actually thought I was horrible and wouldn't give me the microphone, but here I am.
And that also kind of stood out to me with Ross, too. When they were doing the critiques, he was like, all of my chins went like this or whatever
Yeah.
he did. He's sort of poking fun at himself. So that's,
Yes.
yeah, it's cute.
It is cute. It is.
Yeah. I love Jada's confessional where she was just look over there, look over there.
Just keep going because we need a lot of confusion here.
Girl,
Yeah.
I am trash. If there's any distraction, I will happily take it. Phone a friend, whatever you want me to do.
Also, just FYI, I'm thinking about buying a Jada look over there t-shirt. I noticed she's selling them now, so I kind of want to buy
Is she?
one. Yes.
Oh my God.
We need to set a Drag Race budget so we can order a new batch of t-shirts.
I think I want to order one of those. It would be so fun to wear. Probably Pride isn't happening this year, but I'll wear it during the month of June.
I'm sad about it. I wanted to have my tits out for Pride, but maybe next
Yeah.
year.
I'm still waiting for my Nikki Doll shirt to come.
Ooh.
Yes. All right. So back into the challenge. The girls are back in the workroom and they're getting ready for their show, and they're talking about their experiences over the season, their first impressions and things like that.
I like moments like this because I'm just a big cheese ball. I love to have the warm and fuzzy moments. If I have too much to drink and you're one of my best friends, I'll probably remind you why you're one of my best friends. So I love this moment because it's just a sisterly hangout, kiki. It's not the final supper, oh my gosh, one of us is about to die. It was, let's reflect on this great time we've had and celebrate each other. And that's great to see.
I liked how Crystal's who do you think has changed the most over the season? Oh, it was me?
That bitch knows.
She's yes, keep that edit going, girl.
Although-
going up and up and up.
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
I need to rewatch this season though, because Crystal has always been amazing. I think it took me a while because her first fucking challenge, she did a Freddy Krueger look. What the
Yes.
hell? That was amazing, right?
It was.
Yeah.
And that was still during the time where we're getting to know the queens. And like what I've noticed most about Crystal is that she takes the notes and she runs with it. Like she's leveled up after every critique, and we'll see if that keeps going to the finale.
Yes, we will. Also, in this segment, I liked when Jackie called out Gigi for wearing a costume in her entrance look.
Yes, bitch. We've been saying this all fucking season.
That is right. All these looks, honey. The costume looks. Like
She was like, what? That was a look. And it's like, no, girl, that was a costume.
That was a costume.
you'd be the fiercest bitch at a theme party, but nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be the fiercest bitch at the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World.
Exactly. Johnny Depp's long lost sister.
Yes. So then in the segment, Jackie says that if they go by the scoreboard, her and Crystal are fucked. And what I love is that Crystal is like, no, that is not my narrative here. Like, I've been doing better and better over the whole competition, and I won last week.
That's right, Crystal. You take your flowers where they are deserved. You don't put me in no box, bitch, just because you haven't won nothing.
That's not my narrative. That's not what's going on here. I just won last week.
No, that was a really funny moment. I appreciated that as well.
Yes. So then we're getting ready to get into the floor show, and RuPaul comes out in a little black dress.
Yes, Mother Dearest showing us all of her glory and glamour. I love this look. Full Scorpio power.
Yes. Every girl needs a little black dress.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's time for the performance. So maybe let's get into that. I don't know if this was like my favorite thing ever. Like, it was entertaining, absolutely, but I'm not sure that this is going to be like one of the challenges that like we remember throughout the history of RuPaul's Drag Race.
No, it definitely wasn't like that memorable. I think I don't know, it was cute and it was fun, but there was just nothing about it that like stood out. It was just kind of like meh.
Yeah.
It was a little chaotic to understand as a RuPaul's Drag Race challenge.
It was a little all over the place. I think what the show is trying to do is take those musicals to the next level, but we have to think about the production quality and how it reads to the audience.
And it was also kind of an advertisement, right? Like they were trying to showcase like this is what you're going to see at a Viva Drag Vegas or whatever.
True.
At Flamingo.
That's
yeah,
true. That's
Flamingo.
true.
So it's like, I don't know, like they were trying to do like that because I think it featured songs from that show, which
But then re-recorded vocals, I guess?
yeah, it was almost
That's the
like
part that confused me.
well, it seemed
Yeah,
like
now
they were
I'm
doing
confused.
like parts from that show, and then the end was they all had their own like feature or something.
Huh.
But they were all singing the whole time.
I thought I was
Right,
watching
they were
Drag
singing the whole
Race.
time, but like their own like unique lyrics were at the end.
I see what you're saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I follow. Back on
Yeah.
board.
Yeah, we're back.
Which I did like the Mirror song, like the first song, I think.
Yeah.
I was like, that
Yeah.
was kind of cute, like that song.
It was cute. I was getting very like Sandra D. I thought that other queens did better in the acting department. Like, I didn't think this was Crystal's strongest moment. Jackie did very well. And we'll get into the results later, of course. But at this moment, I
Yeah.
enjoyed.
And Gigi did really well too, actually. Gigi and Jackie were the standouts in the Mirror song for
Yes.
me. Because there was like the one moment where they like focus on Gigi, and I was like, okay, bitch. Like, she looks beautiful. She's selling the emotion of her like little
Yes.
moment. I was like, all right, like I get it.
Yeah, and a lot of these challenges too is putting yourself out of that comfort zone, out of that box, because if either of us, any of the three hosts of the show, were to go into like an improv class, like immediately what you're going to do is shake it out and throw everything out the window. Don't care about how you look or how you sound or what you're doing. Everyone's there to kind of just have fun and be in the moment. And I think that Gigi and Jackie were serving the emotion, which you all know is a huge part of the drag performances for me.
Definitely. And I like actually the opening where they're all wearing their entrance looks.
yeah.
Yes.
That was cool.
I thought Jada's entrance look looked a lot better for this challenge than
Right?
as an entrance look.
It did. It looks great on stage.
And also, I didn't remember.
It does.
Like, did Jackie wear that for interest look? I guess I
Yes.
didn't remember
Yeah,
it.
she did. Yeah, I remember that. And Crystal's like kooky clown look.
Yeah, Crystal's what she obviously fixed with that makeup. But I also love how Jackie she's out and proud with her heritage as well. It's teaching so many people on the Drag Race platform about Middle Eastern culture and just kind of that struggle with Middle Eastern views and lifestyle as a queer person. So I've just loved all of Jackie's looks, and kind of what she's brought to the platform.
And too, like, as shady as we are, and a lot of the fans are towards the editing of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of the messages that they're giving to people. I love it when, like, every time when they go to give Jackie her critique, they keep in her greeting in Farsi, the
Yes.
Salam RuPaul June. So they could easily cut that out. They could cut that out after the first couple times, but they leave it in. And I think that's really a testament to the show, like, showing their support, basically.
Yeah, I agree 100% on that.
So I like that. And then later they get into their raps. Let's, I guess, talk. I don't know. I wasn't really blown away by anybody's, but I think I like Crystal's the best.
I think we're just fangirls of Crystal. I like Crystal. I like Jada. We knew Gigi was going to flip the shit because Gigi's not good in the moment. She needs to go home and practice all hours of the night so she can come back to the stage and slay it and then crash, and that's what she did.
Yeah, I like Gigi's. I think that's the thing with Gigi is you have to understand that she's not somebody that's going to like get it right away, but she's gonna probably like obsess over it and like try to perfect it, and she always
Right.
If you give her time, she generally does a really good job. So
her process is different, but she's going to deliver.
I think she is, like, people will underestimate her in that way. So I thought she like slayed it. Like, I thought she does such a good job.
Oh, I agree. And also Jada, her little verse came out really well. She was struggling in the rehearsal and the recording, but her look was also so damn good. Like, I loved her little gold and green number.
Hell yes. It was much better than Jada's past musical performances. The energy was there. I couldn't really tell like she was thinking about what was next. She let herself go, and that's what you're supposed to do because that's when you do the best.
I liked Jackie's lyrics. I thought Jackie did a really good job on the lyrics. She had like that one part where it's like a really fast. Yeah, like it almost kind of reminded me of something like from the Read You Wrote You, kind of. Not as good, but like
no.
something that like
Roxy's verse.
Girl. No, not Roxy's, but like I'm trying to think. It was like Alaska's part of the song, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I think I understand what you're trying to say now.
I hope Roxy listens to this episode.
Roxy doesn't even know who the fuck we are. Yeah. I did like Jackie's little verse there. It was like sort of like a Nicki Minaj-esque. So maybe she did that as a way to sort of tie in from the first challenge to the finale.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
So, I thought the raps were overall pretty good. Sherry just stood out at the end with hers.
Sherry was there, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't particularly find her Mae West look stunning overly.
It wasn't anything groundbreaking, okay?
Like, why was her umbrella like handle so long? That's like not even practical.
I don't know if that was a style reference. I highly doubt it was.
Wait, are we talking about her look now? About the Mae West? Because I have something to say about that.
Yeah, give us the tea, girl.
We're all over. Just tell us.
As she was like going down the runway with her fucking shitty Mae West look, I was just like, Alaska did it better, bitch. Like, I was just like,
boo.
Don't even try.
Yeah.
Alaska did, like, I just actually watched the All-Stars 2 Snatch game the other day, so it was like fresh in my memory.
Yes.
I'm like, Alaska did it better, girl.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I don't know. What else do we want to talk about in this little floor show?
Oh,
Trying to think.
this kind of ties into the judging, but I thought that like the looks for the most part were fine for the show. Michelle called out like Crystal's look for not understanding the color story or whatever bullshit that was. Girl, it was highlighter party fashion, and you put any of those neon ass colors together and it's 80s. You should know, Michelle, you were there deal with it.
Yeah, Crystal's look was completely fine. It totally made sense. I have no idea what Michelle was talking about.
Styled proper. Like, what's the tea, Michelle?
It's very Crystal. This is like sort of a nod to her start on the show. That's kind of like what she would wear at the beginning.
Right.
I don't know. All right, so it sounds like we're kind of ready to talk about the runway, so why don't we take a quick break and then we'll get into a little bit more of a discussion about the looks.
Sounds good, Queen.
BRB.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to our podcast so far. Thanks for coming. Right now, we're probably refilling our drinks, or maybe even gluing down our lashes again. While you wait, here are some things that you should check out.
Yeah, remember everyone, you can email us, tfcpod@gmail.com, and tfcpod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, and one more thing. You're not my real dad, and you never will be. Anyways, back to the show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our Honest Tea Spill of the Week. We're going to get back into this little runway discussion here. One other thing I forgot that I wanted to mention when we were talking about the floor show is that you could tell Jada's like singing parts were auto-tuned.
Oh, I know.
I was like, oh, Jada.
Whatever, leave Britney alone.
I didn't see it in a bad way. Like, I was just like, oh, Jada, like, she tried.
Yeah, I mean, not all black people can sang the house down.
Yeah. Not all white people can either, Ashley Simpson.
Well, there's that.
Neither. And they also can't dance, Ashley Simpson.
I will claim Aretha as my auntie as well as Shaka. I'm not saying I can sing like them.
Yeah.
That's Jada.
Yes. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to really say is like I noticed that they did have to auto-tune her a bit, but it wasn't quite T-Pain level, but
Now, remember T-Pain won the first season of Masked Singer, right?
He did, yeah.
So he can actually sing.
Yeah.
Auto-tune was just kind of a popular tool at the time when he came out. That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, he ruined auto-tune.
People ruined auto-tune when they saw him using it.
Right. So let's talk about our runway looks. The category this week is Eleganza Extravaganza.
Yes, always a favorite because why? We get to see more of the Queen's creativity and what they are serving, honey. Like now is the time for looks.
I didn't feel like this was very eleganza for the most part. I felt like there was a lot of quirkiness and fun, but like the actual challenge, I feel like that didn't happen.
This runway is very much like prom. So like think about high school prom, y'all. Like everyone's supposed to be in suits, and stereotypically speaking, everyone's in suits and long gowns, but as the years morphed, particularly in the Laguna Beach and the Hills era, it looked like girls are starting to wear cocktail dresses. Guys are being a little more casual with their suits. So this is how that runway felt to me. It wasn't like extravaganza.
Fucking
it was more
Gen
of
Z ruins everything.
It was.
So what I'm hearing here maybe is that the category you guys saw is best drag.
Best drag, exactly. It wasn't an extravaganza or eleganza particularly. It was just an opportunity to see for a last chance, who are you as a queen? Who are you as a contestant in drag?
Yeah. I thought Jada did eleganza, but everyone else was just kind of like,
Girl.
whatever, bitch, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, Jada served eleganza, for real. I wish I could fit that gown.
Yes. Well, let's go through the queens. We'll discuss each of their different looks. Let's go ahead and we can start with Crystal Method. I thought that it was really impressive that she found an outfit that matches my body shape. So
I wasn't sure what was going on. I thought this was like maybe Gumby's like hot older sister. Like I wasn't sure of like the body shape.
I felt really represented here,
But This is the thing with Crystal. She comes on the drag race stage and runway, and there's always like 5 to 7 good seconds where you're like, what am I looking at? And then it all sets, and it's like, okay, I see the way the garment's moving. It's a bodysuit, but it's not. There's shape. There's different shapes. I thought she looked like a drag race Crystal gem, and I was just loving it.
They're just, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but there's something about like all the velvet was driving me crazy. Like because
it's a texture thing.
The shoes were velvet. It's almost like putting like a kitchen towel in your mouth or something. It bothers me. Like,
why are you putting the kitchen towels in your mouth, girl?
think about it. If you put a kitchen towel in your mouth, like it ruins everything. Like,
this is why Stoney doesn't do dishes.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what you do in the kitchen, but that sounds like it's a private
have
thing.
you ever bit down like on a kitchen towel? Like it ruins you. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like it.
It sounds awful because the only time I've bitten down on like a towel or a rope is if I'm literally being tortured, like getting stitches, because that shit hurts.
No one understands what I'm saying. Like, I can't explain it. Just hear the words is what I'm saying.
Oh, we hear you.
Yeah, we heard it, girl.
But I'm just saying there's a lot of velvet in this, and I don't know. This is not my favorite Crystal look, and I love Crystal. I'm not like bashing her. I'm just saying it's like, it was different. It reminded me of like the blueberry from Willy Wonka.
Think about it this way. I think what Stoney is trying to say is kind of like the velvety kind of texture and the way that
Bothers
played
me.
out on the runway was kind of like how cardboard rubbing together absolutely horrifies me. It's the worst sound in the world. It makes me feel terrible. So maybe that's how Stoney felt about the velvet.
Makes me think of like eating a kitchen towel.
Could you imagine Crystal just like sitting on a crushed velvet couch in that outfit? She would go fly, girl.
She would take off. And the makeup was beat. Like the hair choice was great with the turban. Everything read correct. Good job, Crystal.
I did like the blonde hair coming out of the blue velvet thing.
Platinum, darling.
I think Monet left that in there after All Stars 4. But,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I liked it. I like this look. Very Crystal. It's like elevated Crystal. I liked her blue beat. She's almost like the genie from Aladdin, like the Will Smith version.
There you go. Yeah.
But
I still need to watch that movie.
yeah, girl, get into the gig. It's, great with the part where he's like, "Welcome to Miami."
I watched it.
I like that part.
Without me?
Yeah, I watched it at work, bitch.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and move on to Gigi Good.
Aladdin's my favorite, by the way, so yes, I did. Gigi, holy shit, never been kissed realness. Like, this look, like, say what you want about Gigi. That bitch did this, okay? I was getting a few different references on the fashion front, but it all flowed. It worked. It was kind of reminiscent of Heidi's black wedding look, where it was a gorgeous, gorgeous black gown, but there were a few different elements happening. So with Gigi, we had the kind of classic ruffles of that time. We had like the skirt with the long train in the back. The hair was correct. The headgear was the cherry on top. I read and bought the story.
For me, I love this look because immediately when she came out, I was like, never been kissed. That is one thing, like, when Jamal and I first started dating, I didn't even realize that he was also a fan of Never Been Kissed. Like, I loved this fucking movie so much when I was like in my teenage years.
Times. I saw it in the movies.
I was like, this is Never Been Kissed. Like, the headgear and everything. All I needed was a little bit of drool coming from it, but we didn't see that.
or an egg landing on your chest and forehead.
But this was amazing. I am so glad she did this. And, I've been kind of like shitting on Gigi here lately, and she really pulled it out on this look. I loved it so much.
We've just been kind of bored with Gigi, right? But she reminded us why we should not sleep on her.
And in the challenge too, but definitely, yes. In this look on the runway, you know what this reminded me of? Katy Perry's Last Friday Night music video.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a good reference as well. That was a fun music video.
Yeah, with the
Arian
headgear.
Perry.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lord, for having me play trumpet, because I never experienced the brace life.
Right.
Just funny story real quick.
Yeah.
That whenever I had to go to like the dentist in the 8th grade, and I think I've told you about my dentist before. Like he was like super like old school and like didn't use gloves.
Ew.
The receptionist
remember
was
this.
like her. The receptionist was like his wife, and she was like, I think, like, so my teeth were like super fucked up in like the 8th grade, and she was like, I think you're going to have to like get like headgear or something.
No.
No, bitch, like I'm not getting headgear.
How
But-
terrifying, especially being an 8th grader in southern Indiana
Yeah.
Yeah,
with headgear.
yeah, that
Girl.
didn't happen though because like it's not the 1950s anymore, so there was no headgear that had to happen.
Good. Jeez Louise.
Close call.
But yeah, no, I love the 80s notes too. I really like that part about her look too. I love the 80s prom sort of look, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and move on to Miss Jackie Cox.
Jackie, I'm so extra. Most of you have probably figured this out by now. I would wear this to like the grocery store. Like, I'm just here for some heavy cream and some Brussels sprouts. This is my everyday gown.
I would wear this in the mudroom.
Oh
Then I would stay clean.
No!
I definitely like wear this going outside and getting all muddy.
Like everyone goes out gets all muddy, and I'm in the mudroom in this dress.
Hell no. If you got a piece of mud on this gown, I would Street Fighter kick your ass in this gown. Okay.
I don't know.
Tool and all.
Also, like Michelle's comments about it were so confusing because she's like, "There's a lot going on there." So I'm like, "Bitch, are you saying it's a bad look or are you saying it's good?" Because it looked fine to me.
Jackie's description was on point. It was Andy Warhol polka dots, and that pattern was just gorgeous on that gown. Yes, it was classic Dior. We've seen the silhouette on Gigi a couple times, but it's nice to see it from Jackie because this is a queen that has shown us that she is era specific, but she's also not afraid to explore other eras, and she really brings a fashion story to the competition. If you watch Jackie from start to end, Gigi is kind of the fashion queen, but Jackie's also telling a huge fashion story on the show, season 12.
Definitely. I was also a little bit confused about Michelle's comments. I couldn't tell if she's trying to say that was a bad thing or she's just trying to prove her intelligence.
Maybe a little bit of both.
I don't know. I feel like she was just like grasping at straws, basically.
Well, that's what she does best.
Well, since she's lost her titties anyway, maybe it's like messing with her drag race mind a little bit.
Don't be rude.
I love Michelle. We all know I love Michelle. I'm just calling T.
But no, I love this. We have the blue hair and it matches. I don't know. This is a really good look, I think. Very Andy Warhol meets fashion. I mean, what else can you say?
It was perfect. That's exactly it.
Beautiful. And then we have Jada Essence Hall. What do you guys think?
My queen just coming to America straight off the fashion boat. Like, oh my gosh, this is just gorgeous. If you have not seen Coming to America, check it out. This is kind of like the same kind of hair influence as Eddie Murphy's character's potential bride wore. And this gown just fit Jada like a glove. I am partial to gold. I'm slightly allergic to silver, so I don't have a great relationship with those colors or metals, but I just love a gold.
Why are you eating silver?
Listen, I tried when I was 4 and it was terrible. My throat swelled up. It was all kinds of shit and drama. But no, all of the shenanigans aside, this look was gorgeous. It fit Jada like a glove. We know she's going to give us a full look from the bottomest of her hair to the tippiest of her toes, and it just served.
Like, Jada does such a good job. Like, I don't know if I'm being just, maybe it's like the current season or something, but like she is literally the best glam queen I've ever seen. Like,
gorgeous.
She just does it so well.
Without
it's weird
blinking.
Because she reminds me, I don't know if this is a good comparison or not. Like, tell me if I'm wrong, but she kind of reminds me of Chad Michaels in a way that she is a very like traditional queen that she does just like a good job of like, I am a drag queen. And she just does it perfect.
I feel like that's come up on the show before.
Like, Chad isn't like somebody that's like, oh, Chad does all these amazing things. It's just like, Chad is like a complete package, just like
Yeah.
Jada is a complete package.
Not only can Chad do a great share, Chad can also do great drag, and Jada has shown us that as well. Okay, she's not a character drag persona, but you're gonna get good quality drag with a nod to the old school queens, but also paying homage to kind of more modern drag.
Did you guys check? Did you guys see her little RuPaul impression on the runway?
Oh, I must have missed it. It's not coming to mind right now.
She did the little, like, when she hit like her little spot, she like did the hand raising, like, you know how RuPaul does.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
RuPaul like laughed at that, right?
Yeah, Rue
Yeah.
laughed.
I was like, oh my gosh, Jada, that's so smart. What the heck?
I also loved when she was like, when Rue was like doing the elimination part, and she was like, "Thank you, Rue, for like showing like a black boy that can be anything, even if it's a black woman."
Yes. So yeah, snaps for Miss Jada.
Doing great.
All right. So then we get into it, and Gigi Good wins this challenge.
She wins. Well deserved. I know that we've talked a lot on the show. New listeners, if you're new to the show, we talk a lot on the show about representation and what that means for Drag Race and through kind of like the viewer's lens. And you know how we all feel about another kind of Twinkie white queen winning. But I mean, Gigi did it this week and it was good. I'm not going to shit on Gigi because she happens to be a white queen, but she's doing the work and she's making the competition hard.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have to give her props. Like, we can't just be haters, you know? So when Gigi does a good job, we'll tell Gigi that she did a good job. And this week she did good. You know, she's been struggling, but this week she didn't. She did a good job.
She actually meant what she said this week.
No, I mean, she deserved it. She slayed the challenge. She did good. Like, her runway was amazing. So, like, props to her. Like, she was really good. I mean, she struggled the past few weeks, but that's just a reminder this season is so hard because a lot of them are so good, and it's hard to pick who's the best out of these. I think it's just like preference at this point. Like,
Right.
who do you like the most? And it's going to come down to who does Rue like the most, honestly.
And it's really tough on top of that because with all of the kind of social aspects to think about, like these queens are turning it out and they are showing up and doing the work. So that's one thing, listeners, if we're being completely like viewers, supporters of the show, we not putting all the important issues aside, but we're going to recognize good work where it's deserved. And this has been a very strong cast. And for Gigi, that's kind of like the double-edged sword of starting off very strong. You're going to either keep it up and you're just going to be the person to beat. We're going to get that boring Survivor Caesar, right, where we all know who's going to win. But you know, she had her lukewarm moment and that gave the stage to other queens. So this has been a really tough call to make personally who we think is going to take the crown.
I will say I was completely wrong about this season. When we first started out, I was like, I'm getting season 7 vibes. I was
me too.
Completely wrong about that.
Same.
I do think there were some like weak ones in the beginning, and I think I was a little like annoyed with the whole Sherry Pie situation.
Oh, completely.
But yeah, these queens like are pretty good queens.
Yeah, I'd like to think that we were motivating Gigi to do better with our critiques.
No, I think we are. TFC is really good at not siding. There are so many online personalities, blogs, podcasts, other things, shows that just shit on queens, but we, in my opinion, listeners, you can tell us if we're wrong. We give all the queens a shot. You know, shade and sass aside, yeah, we might read you one week, but if you do a great job, we're going to praise you as well. We're all for people enjoying drag and for people succeeding. So this is no different.
Right. And with this tough competition, there had to be a bottom 2. And when I saw that it was Jackie Cox and our favorite Crystal, I was like, oh my God, Crystal's in the bottom. SOS. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know though, because it's kind of like, how could you send Crystal home? Like Jackie, as much as I love Jackie, she's just not as top tier as the rest of them. I don't feel like or has not had the track record as
She
the
doesn't
rest
have
of
the
them.
track record.
Yes.
Jackie's a great queen, though. She didn't have the success the other queens had on the show, but I don't think that she's necessarily any worse than she's definitely not as bad as Sherry Pie.
I think
but
I think Jackie Cox has like a high floor, right? Like she's not bad and she's never going to be bad.
no.
But like her highs have not been as high as
It
some
just
of the
wasn't
others.
enough to get ahead.
Yeah.
Right. And everyone can't win the show.
Right. I mean, yeah.
So, it's just like the little things that are going to bring someone down. And unfortunately, this week, it was Jackie and the fact that she had to sing to Pitbull.
Yeah, and honestly, straight up, listeners, I was not sure. Because Crystal and Jackie both give comedy tea when they're doing their lip syncs. We haven't gotten to see Crystal lip sync at all. I thought that Jackie started off more strong with her energy, and I love how she throws in kind of like the traditional Middle Eastern dance moves. I love, love, love seeing that. But I wasn't sure if what Crystal was serving was going to be enough. But of course, it warmed up, and both queens really did a good job on the lip sync.
Well, also, too, RuPaul loves when they're self-referential. So then when
Yes.
Crystal started doing the phenomenal Phil dance moves, she was like, all right, yes, Crystal gets it, So I think that's why she kept her. But that's not to say that Jackie she fought in that lip sync. It was a
She
really
did.
good lip sync. Jackie, she took her shoes off. She took her bracelets off. She was like, let's fucking go.
Listen, black and brown move. She came out those shoes. That's when you know it's getting real.
For real. So, this was a good lip sync. I hate Pitbull. No disrespect to J-Lo.
This song, not a good song for the finale.
It's
Just
not. It's
by
not a
the
good
way.
lip sync song, girl.
I love J-Lo, but we could have done something different.
Yeah, can we
This
get
is
the
always-
J-Lo only mix?
I
Can
remember
we pay for Destiny's Child already?
there was a time when I listened to the radio. This actually is one of the songs that made me stop listening to the radio.
Yeah. Pitbull
Ouch.
is like the trash that you just can't throw away. He just ends up on everyone's songs and you're like, oh God, Pitbull.
Because they would play this song all the time on the radio, and it's like, fuck the radio. And this is like when podcasts started becoming a thing, or
Yeah.
you could actually stream things.
I haven't listened to public
and I was
radio
just
in
like,
years.
fuck all of this. I'm not
Yeah.
doing this fucking song anymore.
Yeah,
Indie,
I'm going
stop
on the
playing
ceiling
it.
now. I'm going on the ceiling. What do you think about that, J-Lo
Yeah.
and Pitbull?
Yeah, and if it's not on TRL, I'm not listening.
Batch. Well, I could go on, and I'm sure Jamal and Stoney could too. But in consideration for keeping this podcast a reasonable length, I'm going to go ahead and throw it to Stoney to talk to us about our fantasy league, and he will update us about hopefully me catching up.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, girl. So this was an interesting week because we had 3 girls make the top 3. So that
Yes.
gave us a lot of points, 40 points each. And the interesting thing is we all
Yes.
each have 1 queen in the top 3.
Miraculously.
Oh yeah, because
Which
last
is
season
really
you
cool.
didn't have one at all, right?
Right.
Yeah. He was not invited to the party.
So I'm really happy because this seems to we did really good on the draft this season, even though Sherry Pie ruined my whole fucking thing. So
You would have gotten extra 40 points though.
I know, right?
Listen.
Damn it.
So I would, yeah. So anyway, I'm not gonna whatever. So in the lead, Jamal's still in first with 365.
Yes.
I am slightly behind at 320 points,
And I'm at the McDonald's down the street.
and Seth is in dead last with 290.
Woohoo! Bringing
So-
up the rear.
So Seth is technically 75 points behind the first place winner. So can Seth win? Yes, because if Crystal wins the show, Crystal actually, that means Seth would get 80 points.
Oh my God.
And Miss Congeniality too gets 40 points. So there's a lot of play here. And I feel like Crystal or Heidi might win Miss Congeniality.
I just want to make sure you put in my points for Crystal winning the lip sync.
No, I did.
Okay, all right. That's great. I gotta go whatever I can get here.
Yeah. Has there ever been a Miss Congeniality that's won Miss Congeniality and the show?
No, never.
I feel like Crystal might be the first one that could do it.
If Crystal wins, it's a very good possibility she could be the RuPaul's Drag Race calendar girl and take both titles.
I guess we'll see. Also, well, thanks for the update, Stoney.
Yeah.
First of all. So
I'm winning.
don't remind me. So then moving on, normally we would talk about Untucked here, but really there wasn't a lot to get into this week. So, I mean, we've kind of been talking about it. So you guys think that, so I guess Stoney thinks Crystal is going to win, maybe?
I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I think it's between Crystal and Jada, honestly. I feel like I would be happy if either of those happened. I'm kind of more rooting for Crystal, I think, but if Jada won, I wouldn't be upset either.
I will say that, of course, I'm on the Crystal train. I've just loved and enjoyed watching Crystal this whole season and her whole glow up. So I would love to see Crystal win. I would also love to see Jada win because that's just kind of like the queen that I connect with the most outside of us both being saucy black queens. I feel like that's more of my personality. That's my speed. I love the glam. I know that Jada can turn out a lip sync and she's earned it. So I feel like I would love, love, love to see Jada win. Then Crystal. But if Gigi wins, you know what? Whatever. She's been putting up a fight. I'm not going to be mad at that. Reynolds might.
Reynolds voting for Crystal, I think. Or I'm sorry, Gigi.
I think he's voting for Gigi, but
yeah.
You know, honestly, if any of the queens won, great. But
yeah.
I'm pulling for Jada or Crystal. Jada a little more.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I think I'm somewhere in the middle of Jamal and Stoney because while I want Crystal to win and I think that she is my queen, I think that realistically Crystal will fall and will be the first eliminated.
Yeah, if we're being real.
Yeah, just being realistic here, I think that she will be eliminated first, unfortunately. She's in my heart. She's the only one left on my fantasy team, but I think it's going to be between Gigi and Jada. And out of those two, I would hope for Jada to win.
We've been doing this for a bit now. It's going on. Reynolds! My God.
Reynolds is really not feeling it right now.
Are we done? Okay, so again, showing how the past owners of this home are just completely not in it to win it. They had a package delivered to this house. We moved in October. So that was the interruption because homegirl Amy had to come and get her fucking package, probably from Crate and Barrel. But girl, you've been in a new address for months. Let's get it together.
Right.
And now I'm getting back to the show. So, I mean, that's just how I feel too, as well as Seth does. I feel like Crystal might be the first out in the finale, but with all that being said, I just loved watching her journey. We know she's going to do well on the show, and we might be surprised. You know, let's see how the cards fall.
Right, because she has been on an uptick.
Yeah.
Crystal, I mean. And Jada was in the bottom last week.
Yeah, she was in the bottom last week, but Jada and Gigi both have wins and drive as well.
Yeah, Jada and Gigi have lots of wins and lots of being in the bottom.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It could be anybody's game. We'll see. We'll stay tuned. Next week we have the reunion, so we'll zoom in with that one.
Yeah, we will all be zooming in. Seth and I are in talks of going live on Instagram with you all again, just to kind of bring that back to life as we get into season 5. So be checking our website and socials for updates regarding that party.
Yes. Other than that, we thank you all for sticking with us for another fun season. And so we'll have a couple more episodes for you just to sort of tease you again. So this Thursday, we'll have our last Celebrity Drag Race episode with We're Here, of course. And so then next week, instead of doing the normal Celebrity Drag Race, we're going to do a Meet the Queens for Canada's Drag Race.
Yes, queens, buckle up. There's no sleep for TFC.
Yes. So stay tuned for Canada's Drag Race. And
yes.
yeah, so I guess that's about it for this week, you guys. We'll be back next week with the reunion.
Yes, thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can find all things Drag Race and TFC Pod at thanksforcomingpodcast.com. And happy 6th year wedding anniversary, Stoney. Love you lots, but not too much.
Love you, girl.
Love you, mean it.
You can't love them too much or they get too comfortable, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God.
All right, you guys. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.